Okay, bonjour. We'll take a look at our warm-up. For our warm-up today, we're using forms of the verb savoir, which means to know, as in to know information or to know how to do something, so a particular skill. So for numéro 1, we have the question, do you know his name? How would we write this en français, Marie?
Tu sais son nom.
Good. Tu sais son nom, so we use the form sais, and then the possessive son, because nom is a masculine word. Okay, bien. Pour numéro 2, do you, plural, so we're talking to more than one person, do you know how to ski, Chantal?
Savez-vous comment faire du ski?
Okay, bien. Now here we actually don't need to put in comment, because it can already mean to know how to do something. Yeah, I should have clarified that yesterday. Okay, so savez-vous, or we can say vous savez. She's just inverted it to make it a little bit more formal. Okay, so savez, S-A-V-E-Z is our form here. Pour numéro 3, I know the answer. Marie?
Je sais la réponse.
Bien. Okay, je sais la réponse. Numéro 4, my friends know how to speak Spanish. Chantal?
Mes amis savent parler espagnol.
Okay, bien, mes amis savent, S-A-V-E-N-T, parler espagnol. So since we have savent here already conjugated, parler would be an infinitive. Et finalement, pour numéro 5, my dad knows how to mow the lawn. Marie?
Mon père sait fondre la pelouse.
Oops. Père, c'est, S-A-I-T, fondre la pelouse. Okay, good. So same thing here. We have the construction of the form of savoir and then an infinitive. Excellent. Okay. Okay, so today we're going to take a look at the other verb that means to know. And then we'll work on using both of them and how to distinguish between which one to use. So, in the book, dans le livre, s'il vous plaît, tournez à la page 300, 300. Okay, so here we've got the verb connaître. And there's an accent circumflex over the I here. Okay, so connaître means to know, just like savoir means to know. However, connaître means to be familiar with someone or something or someplace. So usually following our form of connaître, we're going to have either a person, a place, or a thing, maybe meaning a book or a movie or a restaurant. Well, I guess a restaurant would be a place, but. Whereas with savoir is always followed by either a verb, because you're telling what you know how to do, or followed by a piece of information. Okay, so connaître, person, place, or thing. So we talked about yesterday how, for example, if I was going to ask Paige if she knew Marie, we'd use connaître here. I'd say, oh, Chantal, tu connais Marie? Do you know Marie? Have you met her before? Do you know who she is? okay? Or if you're traveling into town and you want to ask somebody, do you know of a good restaurant nearby? You would use connaître. Vous connaissez un bon restaurant près d'ici, par exemple. So let's write up the forms of connaître. It's very irregular, just like savoir. So for the je form, we have je connais, C-O-N-N-A-I-S. The to form, as usual, is the exact same as the je form. Il, elle, on is similar, however, make a little note here by the il, elle, on form. It has an accent circumflex over the I. Why, I do not know. It just does. None of the other forms do. Oh, de S, pardon. Connaissant avec de S. Connaissez. Make sure I spelled all of those correctly there. Oui. Okay. Bien. Okay, voilà. So let's go over the pronunciation. So again, je connais means I know, but I know as in to be familiar with something. So répétez classe, je connais.
Je connais.
Good. Tu connais.
Tu connais.
Il connaît.
Il connaît.
Nous connaissons.
Nous connaissons.
Vous connaissez.
Vous connaissez.
Ils connaissent.
Ils connaissent.
Ils connaissent.
Ils connaissent.
Okay, so here we pronounce the S, or S's I should say, but we don't pronounce the ENT just like we normally don't with other verb forms. Okay, connaissons, connaissez, connaissent, and then here we're not pronouncing the last consonant, connaît, 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 so we just hear the vowel sound at the end. Okay, so one more time, connaît,
Connais.
connaissons,
Connaissons.
connaissez,
Connaissez.
connaissent.
Connaissent.
Okay, bien, excellent. Okay, voilà. So par exemple, if you look at point 3 here, bullet point 3, it says connaître means to know as in to be familiar with a person or a place. So the examples that they give are, tu connais Jacques? Do you know Jacques? And nous connaissons ce restaurant. We're familiar with this restaurant. We've been here before. Now, if you were asking somebody the directions to a restaurant, do you know where this restaurant is? That would be eliciting a piece of information. And so there you do savoir, okay? And so there's a little bit of a difference there. All right. And then let's take a look at the past forms of each of these verbs. So the past form of savoir passé composé, the past form of savoir is su. And so for example, we would use this, let's see here, we'll use the example from the book. Okay, j'ai su la date hier. Su in the past tense means like to found out something, or learned of a piece of information. So if we have it in the past, j'ai su la date hier, that would translate to like, I found out the date yesterday. Or in English we might say like, I learned of the date yesterday. Okay, the past form of connaître is connu. Let's see here. What did they have? Okay, yeah. So usually you're using connu in the past tense to talk about when you met someone for the first time. So for example, we might have j'ai connu Luc hier. Which would mean I met Luke yesterday. As in for the first time. Another thing about connu is that a lot of times it is used as an adjective. If we say, for example, Justin Bieber est un chanteur très connu. He's a very well-known singer. We'd use connu here. So connu, when you see it as an adjective, means well-known. Okay, or we might say something like, let's see. Oh, McDonald's est un restaurant très connu aux États-Unis, par exemple. Okay, voilà. So, répétez face the passé composé form of savoir, su. Su, okay? Passé composé form of connaître, connu. Connu, okay, so we really have the U sound there going on. Okay, voilà. Okay, bien. So let's try and exercise that and see if we can distinguish which verb we would use, savoir or connaître. Regardez exercice 12 en ville. Exercice 12 en ville. Prenez quelques minutes pour regarder. Actually, we'll just do this together. So we have point numéro 1. We're talking to Josephine. So we're saying, Josephine, do you know où se trouve la rue du Bac? Do you know where to find Bac Street?
The first one?
Yeah, we do say why.
Because you're saying like you know where something is, you're giving information.
Right, okay, you know where something is, that's a piece of information. So here we'd use to say où se trouve la rue du Bac. Good. Pour numéro 2, let's see here. Je bien la vendeuse dans cette boutique. What is la vendeuse?
Like the people who sell them?
Yeah, good, the saleswoman, right, like the clerk. Okay, so I know this person really well who works in the boutique here. Would we use savoir or connaître? Marie? Connais, yeah, je connais bien because you're talking about knowing a person. Okay, pour numéro 3, nous avons, here we've got passé composé. Chantal, what do you think for this sentence? Nous avons les belles mondes à Lyon l'année dernière.
You use connu.
Connu, good. Yeah, we use connu here because les Belmonts means like the Belmonts, right? So we're talking about people again. Pour numéro 4, Marie?
Wait, savent.
Savent, there you go, good. Ils ne savent pas nager. Here we've got an activity, right, a verb. So we don't know, or they don't know, excuse me, how to swim. Et numéro 5, you don't know Marseille?
Vous ne connaissez pas Marseille?
Vous ne connaissez pas Marseille? Marseille is a town in France, second largest city. Okay, good. Voilà. Let's see here. Okay. Bien. Nous allons faire un exercice d'écouter.
Bien dit. Hold French Level 1. Textbook Listening Activities. Chapitre 9. Vocabulaire 1. Activité 4. Thierry. Grammaire 1. Activité 13. Patricia parle avec ses copains, mais son mobile ne marche pas bien. Écoute ce qu'elle dit et choisis le verbe qui manque.
Okay, so let's talk about what the directions are asking. Patricia parle avec ses copains, so what is she doing here?
She's talking with her friend.
Talking with her friends, mais son mobile ne marche pas bien. Her phone's not working too well. Écoute ce qu'elle dit, listen to what she says, et choisis le verbe qui manque. Choose the missing verb. So see if you can figure out, is it a savoir that's missing or a connaître that's missing?
Do you want to start the example?
No, let's just do it orally together, that'll be easy.
1.
Dis Marion, tu connais le frère de Bernard? Il est super.
I would say.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
It was le frère de Bernard.
Oh,
Le
the
frère de
brother.
Do you know? Yeah, do you know Bernard's brother? That was difficult to
I did the
hear.
first part, I heard the
Yeah.
second part. So I started in the
Super.
superb and I was like, okay, she's probably talking about something
Yeah,
else.
oui,
but-
oui, oui. Okay, so we want connaît there.
2.
Je ne sais pas où se trouve la poste. Demande à Richard.
Où se trouve la poste?
Oh, say words. I don't.
It would be or say. It would be say. Do you know where the post office is? And then she says, demande à Richard. The verb demander means to ask. So like, ask Richard.
3.
Émilie, parce que sa mère travaille avec mon père.
Connaissant, right? Because we have a person. Good. Emily.
4.
Mais non, Jessica et Anne ne peuvent pas jouer au hockey.
Say or seven.
Save. Yeah, why? What was it there?
So I don't know how to play something.
Yeah, playing hockey. Good.
5.
Lucas et toi, vous savez que Céline ne vient pas à la fête, non?
Connaissez. Bien.
6.
Mes parents aiment bien ce restaurant. Ils adorent manger là-bas.
Mes parents, and then we have ce restaurant, ils mangent là-bas. Connaissent, yeah. Connaissent parce que c'est un endroit, right? It's a place, un restaurant. So person or place, it's always going to be connaître. Information or verbs, it will always be savoir. Good. Those were hard to hear, I apologize. Okay. Bon. Okay, essayons exercice 15. Tu connais ou pas? Do you know, are you familiar with this or no? It says, ta correspondante française te demande si on connaît ou si on sait faire ces choses chez toi. Invente ces questions en utilisant les images et les sujets donnés, puis réponds de façon logique. So actually we're choosing whether to use savoir or connaître. So, par exemple, we've got a picture of the Eiffel Tower here, and our subject is tu. So we're asking, est-ce que tu connais Paris? Are you familiar with Paris? Do you know Paris? And so you might respond, non, je connais pas Paris, or oui, je connais Paris. So pour numéro 1, we have a picture of a French book, oui, and we're asking Dad, right? Ton père, it says. So what would you say? Actually, we're asking about your dad. Does your dad know how to speak French? So how would you say that? How would you ask that question?
Wait, say.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Ton père sait.
Say parler français.
Ton père sait parler français? Ok, Chantal?
Non, il ne sait pas parler français.
Excellent. Ok, bien. Pour numéro 2, let's see here. Chantal, will you ask the question and Marie give la réponse?
Okay. Les Américains,
Les Américains?
les Américains, c'est faire du vélo. Or
Savent.
savent faire du vélo.
Savent faire du vélo, Marie?
I'm supposed to say that no, they don't.
Oui.
Oh, we don't have our bikes.
Oui.
Okay.
We know how.
So-
We,
Okay. never mind. I'm confused. Les Americans
Savent faire de vélo, oui. Ok. Bien. Pour numéro 3, tes amis et toi. Marie, tu peux?
Tes amis et toi savent faire du ski.
Mhm.
Non, tes amis et toi ne savent pas faire du ski.
Okay, well, for the answer, you probably respond with,
Oui, nous ne savons pas faire du ski.
nous ne savons pas.
Oh, savons pas.
Nous ne savons pas faire du ski. Ok, bien. Et la dernière, la question, est-ce que vous connaissez Céline Dion? Vous connaissez Céline Dion? Non?
Like, I know the name, but
Oui.
I wouldn't recognize
Elle est
her.
chanteuse. Elle est chanteuse canadienne et donc elle parle français. Yeah, she was. Elle était très populaire quand j'étais petite. She was popular when I was younger, littler. But she has a really nice voice, and I think now she's, I don't know if she's still singing or not. I think she has like a Vegas act or something. But she was pretty popular. If you've ever seen the movie Titanic, she did the theme song to the really sad, like, over dramatic song for Titanic. Non? Tu n'as pas vu? Tu ne connais pas? Ah, okay. Yeah. Okay. Bon. Excellent. Okay, I'm just going to ask you some questions, see if you can give me an answer with a complete sentence. Marie, est-ce que tu sais cuisiner les spaghettis?
I hope so.
Oui, je sais.
Just say, you need a
Wait, what
verb
was
in
it?
there. I
Just
know
say
how to
cuisiner?
cook
Oh.
or make spaghetti.
Oh, okay. Oui, je sais cuisiner les spaghettis.
Excellent. Okay. Chantal, est-ce que tu sais tondre la pelouse?
Oui, je sais tourner la pelouse.
D'accord. Okay. Let's see here. Marie, est-ce que Lucky sait marcher?
Can you go to the grocery store? Wait,
No.
marché.
Il sait marcher. Does he know how to walk?
Oh,
Il sait
okay.
marcher.
Wow.
That's okay.
Oui, il sait marcher.
Oui. Let's see here. Est-ce que vous, now how would we say, we'll switch it around though and make it, est-ce que Lucky sait aller au marché?
Okay. No. No, il ne sait pas aller au marché.
Good, okay, I just want to make sure you can put ne pas in the right spot. Okay, il ne sait pas, he doesn't know how to go to the grocery store. Okay, oui, voilà. Bien, okay. Chantal, est-ce que tu connais le restaurant Red Robin?
Oui, je connais le restaurant Red Robin.
Okay, bien. Marie, est-ce que tu connais le restaurant Joseph de Queenie?
No. Je ne connaissais pas les restaurants.
Joseph de Queenie. Mais c'est un restaurant à Roanoke. Oui, Roanoke is just a little town
Yeah.
south of
Or
Fort
Sydney.
Wayne.
No, she lives in Marion.
The servants live in
Oh,
Roanoke.
okay. Somebody did.
Yeah, and it's the only real, what's considered a French restaurant, the only French restaurant that we have really in this
Is it like
region.
5 stars?
It is, they have really good food there, and c'est très cher, it's very expensive,
I
mais
think
c'est
I've
délicieux.
driven by it now that I think about it.
Yeah, it's a good one. Okay, bien, let's see here. Okay, excellent, go ahead and stop there then, since the bell rang. Très bien.
Do you want to go get the keychain thing? Have you seen it?
No.
I'll go get it.
I do have that.
I'll be really quick.